Your girl has officially finished her first month of Accutane. According to my calculations, we are 17% done with the journey. Girl, today I'm gonna be diving into my first month of Accutane. It was a doozy. It was no joke. But first, I want to give the biggest thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I'm going to share a little bit about Skillshare first, and then we will dive in. Skillshare is a community created and based all around learning and exploring and just having fun. Mochi loves Skillshare too. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I feel like as adults, we are not given as many opportunities to just have fun and explore and get creative. I think we kind of have to create those opportunities for ourselves. They're not as much handed to us, and for me, that's really what Skillshare is. Skillshare has created such a beautiful community with like-minded individuals. Whether you're looking to learn Spanish, care for your plants, logo design, creative writing, how to start your own YouTube channel. Honestly, the opportunities are endless and they're constantly coming out with new content. I have currently been taking a class by Plant Queen called Plants at Home, and our bonsai is thriving. My orchid is also thriving. That is my baby's 5th bloom, okay? I'm a proud plant mom. The fact that I am not killing these plants really speaks to the efficacy of these videos. Skillshare is ad-free and they post new premium content every single week. So you know I got you, boo. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box down below, right there, will get their first month of Skillshare free. Right down there, right below. And that is actually how I got hooked on Skillshare. Another YouTuber was sharing about it and gave a free 1-month subscription, and I've been hooked ever since and still have it to today. We're up close and personal today, okay, we're getting really close, sister. So this is me without makeup. Obviously, I have no lights in front of me, no fancy nothing. This is what your girl is looking at. That's me waving in the window. And of course, there's no blurring filters here today on my videos, per usual. Jumping right on in, I did finish my first month of Accutane, praise Jesus, hallelujah. I really don't want to repeat myself in every single video about how I started getting acne at 27, blah, 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 all that jazz. So I will link what has caused my acne down below if you want to check it out. But it is essentially hormonal acne caused by my IUD. Okay, for the first month, my dermatologist prescribed me isotretinoin at 30 milligrams. Now, to my knowledge, Accutane is prescribed on a weight basis. A lot of dermatologists go for a low dose option to start and then kind of crank it up. So my first month was at 30 milligrams to kind of get my skin and my body acclimated. The side effects were what I was most nervous about. Obviously, I feel like that's the biggest the biggest hesitancy when it comes to Accutane. So the first couple of days I noticed absolutely nothing, and then it hit me kind of all at once. About 3 days in, I developed a very large red rash all across my back, and it was kind of just like a dry skin rash would be in the winter. So itchy on my back, and it would take everything to not scratch my back. I did not develop redness on my legs or arms, but they were shockingly itchy, like the itchiest my skin has ever felt. At points, it felt like little bugs were crawling under my skin. I know that's really gross and graphic, but it literally was just, my skin was crawling and all I wanted to do was itch. There were definitely some times that I gave in and I itched myself so hard that I quite literally had bruise spots on my legs the next day. Accutane is no joke. I cannot say that enough. It is not something to be taken lightly, and of course you have to go through a dermatologist in order to get this. You're supposed to take Accutane after a meal, so after you have something with some fat in it. So I would take my Accutane at night after my meal because it did make me very sleepy the first week. So a couple mornings I took it and I like literally couldn't get through the workday. So I would take it at night, and then in the morning for about 3 days I would wake up with almost like a sunburn across my cheeks and across my nose. This photo honestly doesn't even do it justice, but it also changed the texture of my skin, where my skin felt extremely bumpy underneath. It almost felt like everything was trying to come to the surface and purge out. It was a very strange feeling. But after about 3 days, that completely subsided and it has not happened since. The 2 persistent side effects that I've had are dry eyes and chapped lips and dry skin. I would say the first week was the hardest with dry skin. It was very peely, flaky, looked truly tragic with makeup over it, and I think that was the most challenging part. I've never been the type of person that needs like makeup to feel comfortable or pretty or, you know, comfortable in my own skin, but when I've been dealing with acne, I have, and I look forward to the day where I feel beautiful and confident without makeup. Not there yet, but it will happen. But unfortunately, foundation has been making everything look so much worse. So if you have foundation recommendations specifically for dry skin, that would be incredibly helpful. I have always had super oily skin, and so all of my foundations were very mattifying or just like neutral, but never dewy or hydrate. So clearly I've had to make a change. If you have any foundation recommendations for dry skin, that would be super, super, super helpful to me. Dry eyes, my eyes have definitely been drier than normal. I will say that I've always kind of had dry eyes. I wear contacts every single day, so it's something I'm pretty used to, but it's kind of been more so how my eyes feel at the end of a long day of wearing contacts. I kind of just feel like that always. And then the lips have not been anything tragic yet. I have seen so many pictures that have scared me half to death, but so far they just feel dry and chapped and kind of peely, but they're not bleeding or cracked or anything like that. Another side effect that I've read some people experience with both Accutane and having COVID, I'm not sure which one it's from, but I have been forgetting things. Like as I'm talking about it, I just like lose my train of thought, like completely lose it. And I don't, to a different level, like not a normal level. Like I'll just be sitting here filming with you guys and all of a sudden I'm like, what was I talking about? And it's so frustrating and so annoying. But once again, I'm not sure because I got COVID right before I started Accutane, and I've heard some people say that with COVID as well, so I'm not sure which it is from, but it's not great. I don't feel as though Accutane has impacted my mood or anything like that thus far. I know a lot of people report feeling maybe more anxious, a little bit more down. I haven't personally experienced that, but once again, I've only been on that low dose of 30 milligrams. The last side effect I want to touch on is, of course, the skin. Have I purged? Have I not purged? Many of you have asked. I do not personally feel as though I have been purging. I'm gonna add just a little bit of light. I wanted to do all natural light, but the sun is beginning to set. So I don't really feel like I've had a purge yet. I say yet because I'm fearful it is coming. My skin has honestly just kind of been the same. I will say that my chin in general has seemed a little bit smoother, not quite as bumpy, not quite as many closed comedones, but my forehead definitely, and I don't want to touch my skin a million times, so I'll point. My forehead in general has the same amount of closed comedones. I've got a decent amount of cysts over here, some little spots kind of all over, and then of course some cysts on my chin as well. That is my other trouble spot, my forehead and my chin. I never ever ever break out on my cheeks. I've yet to break out there, but I have noticed a couple in here, so they've kind of gone up a little bit. She warned me that some of my typical breakout areas might spread just a little bit. So I have experienced that, but it hasn't been anything unbearable or anything that's made me feel more insecure or anything like that. So I just feel super, super, super grateful to at least have had 1 month where my skin was not worse. Next, I am set to take 60 milligrams, and I would be lying if I said that I wasn't nervous. I'm going to get my blood work sent in tomorrow, and then I will be good to go as long as everything is looking normal. I would say overall, the first week was extremely challenging in every single way. I think that if that would have continued for 6 months, I don't know if I would have been able to finish it. I have joined a Facebook group called Girls Helping Girls with Accutane or something. It's adorable and it's super, super helpful. Like I shared some pictures and I was like, is this normal? Is this normal? Should this be happening? Bop, 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 bop. And everyone's just been like really helpful and kind. So I do recommend if you are going through Accutane or thinking about it, definitely joining that group. It's super encouraging and just makes you not feel quite as alone. And it's also inspiring because girls will post their before and after pictures and you're like, okay, 5 months to go, you know? Let me know if you guys have any questions, anything specific you're wondering about, or maybe you've already been through Accutane and want to give me some recommendations. I would love nothing more. Also, please let me know if you'd like me to continue doing monthly updates. I think if like, you know, month 3 and month 4 are almost identical, then I probably won't do a video, but that would be 5 or 6 videos about my Accutane journey. Let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in or not. From a 1 to 10 scale, in terms of difficultness and side effects and how horrible they were, 10 being horrific, 0 being I experienced nothing, I'm going to give month 1 a 4. We're gonna give it a 4, folks. It really has been doable. I can do this. If you're currently taking this Accutane journey as well, you can do this too. We got this, sister. You are not alone. I'm not alone. We are together. All right, biggest of thank yous again to Skillshare for partnering with me on this video. I love them truly so much. So yeah, check out that link in the description box down below if you're interested, and get that free month. It's so much fun. Okay, until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.